I was
Oh,
a massage therapist for 10 years, and I've had the horse farms for 20.
okay.
So you and I met in the late 90s. And then fast forward to about 5, 6 years ago.
Wait, we met, let me just say, I forgot this. We met in the late 90s because she was the wardrobe assistant or director for Stevie Winwood. And so I met her at concert behind the stage. And anyway, so that was really cool. Go ahead.
Then we fast forward to about 5 years ago when she came to my farm and with Bart to look to do a therapeutic or a workshop. Anyway, so since then I have sold my farm and moved to the city, and I'm painting now. And I was swimming my laps one day and thinking I need to get back to work. I'm not used to not working. And when I swim my laps, I pray, I meditate, I reflect. And I said my prayers that I wanted to go back to work, doing something that would help people and maybe in the healing, but I didn't want to be a massage therapist anymore. And 2 days later, I get a call from Beamy because of my horse connection. And so she introduced me to the X39 patch. And as soon as we started talking, I was like, this is the answer to my prayers. I can work, I can do something that I can believe in. So I've been on the patch for 4 weeks now. I started 4 weeks ago yesterday. And on the very first day, on that Sunday, I noticed that I'd slept better, I had more vivid dreams and more energy. And that's just the first day. And after Beanie and I started talking, my mind was racing. I was constantly thinking of who can I call? Who can I share this with? And so every day I was thinking, it's like Christmas. I couldn't wait to get up and look to see what's under the tree and what the day had for me. Anyway, so that first week, I noticed there was a lot of more energy. I was a lot more rested, and I'm generally a very positive person anyway, but this patch was making me even more positive, more life, full of life, feeling more joy. And also, my whole life I've been a worrier. My father always would tell me, quit worrying about things you can't control. And I even have a sign in my on my kitchen saying to pray more, worry less, which this patch for some reason has even made me worry less, which I think is crazy. But anyway, I think it's great. I've noticed that when I get up in the middle of the night, I'm not as stiff. Same with during the day. I can work out of my stiffness a lot easier. The very first day I was on the patch, I had a friend come over and she was like, you're just as stiff as I am. And I'm like, not for long. Anyway, so those are some of the things. I had a right foot pain for, gosh, almost a year now. That foot pain is gone. And so let's see, I guess, I don't know, it was in the second week that I noticed that foot pain was gone. Also, one of the big things that has happened since I started was I am a side-to-side sleeper. And I have had left hip pain, so I haven't been able to sleep on my left side. And in doing so, my left ear felt like it was filling up with fluid. Not painful, it wasn't knocking my equilibrium off, but it was just, I felt like I wasn't able to drain it properly or something. So anyway, since I've been on the patch, I am now sleeping evenly on both sides, and my left ear doesn't feel like it's got water in it all the time. I would go to the chiropractor during the coronavirus and have them try to help me clear out my ear. and I couldn't go to the doctor because all the doctors had closed. So anyway, so this is really big. That's the big part of what's helped me. And so also I swim laps for exercise, and throughout the summer I build up my laps, and I had gotten to about 160 laps, and that's where I want to top off and then just push to swim faster. Well, then I was swimming my laps one day and I got to 160. I'm going, I can keep on going. So I did 10 more laps, and I'm thinking I could keep on going, but no, stop. You've been doing it for over an hour. And then when I finished swimming my laps, I realized I wasn't tired. I didn't even feel like I had already worked out. So, which is big, because usually throughout the day, I'm like, I've swam my laps today, so I'm pretty tired. So that's helped. And then the other thing is when I go to the chiropractor, I'm notorious to be one of their hardest patients to adjust, especially in my mid-back, my thoracics. And the last 2 times I've been to the chiropractor, I've noticed that my thoracics are a little easier to adjust. So for me, that's a really big deal. Scars, I had a cyst on my back, and I had a scar from that. And then I had a basal cell cancer removed from my leg back in June. And both of those scars have improved greatly. And then I also, on my other leg, I feel like I have a basal cell cancer, which I didn't get removed. And it's started to scab up and it's going away completely. So that's big. And the other thing is I have what felt like a bone spur, or maybe even another cyst on the inside of my foot on the bone, about the size of a pea. And in 4 weeks, it's probably maybe the size of a grain of rice now. And I mean, it's going to be gone probably within the next month. And then also with all this energy I have, before I started the patch, I was getting an afternoon sink and would want a cup of coffee. And Beanie even said, you're not going to want coffee with this patch. And she was so right. I hadn't even thought of a cup of coffee in the afternoon, except for to bring it up now. So anyway, those are some of what's happened in the first 4 weeks. And this morning, to finish this off with, because I know so many people have such profound testimonials, but what came to my mind was even the most subtle changes can make the most profound differences. So anyway, thank you for letting me share my story, and I can't wait to find out what happens even more.